Week 4 of the NFL, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Ravens, next on Madden Football.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and get a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time, and leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact, and not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
Jackson going to run again. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Jackson going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson going to run. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Well, here come the Bills, and you don't have to look hard to find their 5th-year star QB, taken 7th overall back in 2018, Josh Allen.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
I'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Steps away to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. Pulled in at the 24. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
They run the option on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have the Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Here's Jackson to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, a Baltimore native, Tavon Austin. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And the Bills at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 52 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Allen going to throw. Flushed out right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. To the air, Allen. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So on fourth down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Devin Duvernay came into the NFL with the reputation of being a playmaker, and he lived up to it in 2021. All-pro return man, led the league in punt return average. Baltimore wants to get that explosiveness more involved in their offense, and here it nets them a first down.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. To throw is Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Allen.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Allen. intercepted.
Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson to Boyle here over the middle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
2nd and 5. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got his man there. It's Wallace complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
He takes it to the 15. A flashy move, but little to show for it. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here's Allen. We'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Allen.
Quick slant to Crowder. And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A final shot before half for Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken out on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Prochet on the return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials, turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Austin. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Now Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Here's Jackson to throw.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Bills ready to take over. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
From the 36, Allen. On the catch, it's Crowder. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw again on second down. Allen
throwing the out route, and Crowder makes the catch. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And again, it's Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bills. Tavon Austin from 6 yards away.
And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will level the playing field at 17 all. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
From the 27, Jackson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Jackson now. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Austin. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call.
Automatic
mark off the
first down.
5 and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now here come the Ravens. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Nifty move. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air, Allen. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On the give, this is Singletary. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. They go right back to Singletary. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said,
Cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Allen now looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Following the fumble recovery, Allen. This one caught by Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Singletary again. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense, down by 10, a minute 44 to go. Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Here's Jackson. Dobbins with it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Bills, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.